Good morning, everyone. It's Diane, and I'm here working on the second set of Raggedy Ann journals. These are both spoken for, and I just want to say that this is the last time, for a while at least, that I will allow the journals to be claimed before they're finished. I would just like to list them in the shop as I get them made. I think what I will do is, instead of just listing them as soon as they're done, like I usually do, I will record them, put the video up, and let you know what time they will be listed. And that way more people can see the video and have a chance to get to the shop. We'll try it that way and see how it works for a little while. But these two are claimed. This one is a little golden book, Raggedy Ann and Andy and the Rainy Day Circus, and this one is a wonder book, Raggedy Ann's Secret. So what I'm doing right now is fixing the pages in Gayle's method, Gayle Agostinelli. And I thought I have two more sets of pages to do, and I figured I would turn the camera on and let you see in case you haven't seen Gayle's video on how to do it. So I should have done it from the beginning, where you deconstruct the book. But you take the book apart. It comes in the regular golden books come in 2 signatures with 3 sets of pages in each signature. So number the first page in pencil so you can erase it, the first page of each set. So you end up with numbers 1 through 6. And then take them apart and, get them all in order in your book or whatever. So then you take, because the little piece of spine is gone, the part that bends, that's gone. So now the page is way too wide for the book. So Gayle's idea was to take the folded edge and just fold it over so that the page will fit into the book. I also like to trim a little bit off either the top or the bottom of the page, because the pages are exactly the height of the book cover, and I like there to be just a little bit of wiggle room there. So I'll trim a little bit of that too. So let's do that right now. My cutter is behind me. I'm just going to turn around and do that. Okay, so then just take this, and I folded it not quite an inch. And then you will, once you have this all set, it will be sewn right here, I think. Is that how it goes? So, but I don't want this to be loose, so I'm going to tape this down. And now, actually it will be sewn in here, but I don't want this just, plain piece of paper. So also what Gayle did was to just take another sheet and adhere it to that flap. You get a little, like a tip in, she says. And then you have this piece here that's exposed, so you can take a little strip and just cover it with decorative paper, or you can take a larger piece, a wider piece, let's say this one, although it's torn, and make it a little pocket, whichever you like to do. Let me show you one I just did that I made a mistake on. Kind of got carried away. I think it's this one, yeah. So I glued this part together like I did here, and then I just flipped this over and glued the flap down right there, just glued it down. So that covers up part of the words, but I figured I would just leave it that way, and I just covered that with a strip. So this one doesn't have a flap, but you wouldn't want to do that with every page because you're covering up part of the words. I'll probably just glue that down so it's snug. So that was a mistake that I made, but I went with it. So now I am going to cut this to the right height. I hope I'm explaining this properly. I'm just using cutoff pieces from the books that I've been making. You could take a larger sheet and make it a full page, the full width across. You could do that. So then you can take this piece and attach it here, and this part would be on the back side, or you can attach it here, and then you would have your pocket or your decorative piece on this side. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it here. Sure I get this in the book where it belongs. I think it goes here. I'm not done with it yet. I just want to show it to you in the book. There's the page I haven't done yet, still sticking out there. So we flip along. There's the first part of the page, and then there are pages in between it. See, this is what we just put together, but I put these pages in between. Sometimes when I put things together, I mistakenly put the pages in here. You can't do that because then the book will be out of order. This page has to go after this page. So make sure your pages go between the two book pages. And so you flip along, flip along, flip along, and then you come here. You got this flap. You can do something to that. You can leave it for a picture or ephemera to be glued to, and then you've got this. So you want to cover that up somehow. I don't really want to cover this all up because I like that, so I am just going to cut a strip of paper that will cover that band. Let me get the height right. I folded it a little less than an inch, so I cut the paper an inch wide. And that makes a little decorative strip on your paper. And I don't know how I am going to decorate all of these pages. I will do that as I go through the book. I'm just prepping all of the Golden Book pages right now. So now I can put it in my book, put these pages in between the two book pages. And the next page, this graph page, I'm going to trim that down because it's too tall. And there's one more thing I want to show you that you can do differently. As I do the last one, I'm going to do it the same way, but I just want to show you a different way that you can fold it when you're done. So I'm going to fold this in. My son wants to know if I can watch his daughter if they cancel school tomorrow. It's supposed to snow quite a bit. I did the wrong thing. I wanted to glue this. I'll do that last. Okay, so I want to make a pocket on this one, so I'm going to use one that doesn't have pattern on the back. And I'm going to put the pocket on this side of the page. Nope, too late. I already glued it here. So I'll put the pocket on the other side. Wasn't paying attention. Now we can trim that off. Oh, I didn't need to mark that. Okay. Now I want to make sure I glue that down. have that, and I want to make a pocket here. So I'm going to find some paper that would make a good pocket. It's not quite long enough. How about that piece? Okay, so cut that there, and I'll cut off that strip, and we'll have a pocket. I'll put a little thumb pull hole here. I was afraid of that. The paper's thin and doesn't like to be punched. So I will just double it up. And it punches. And this pocket is pretty plain, so I'll be able to decorate it. I'll use glue for this because the glue will dry and won't be sticky anymore, but the tape would stay sticky. So when you put something in the pocket, it gets down in there and gets stuck. So I use wet glue if something is going to be put inside it. And then I'll get to put some cute little picture or something on there. Okay, so all the pages are prepped. But here's the other thing I wanted to show you. When we do this, there are 3 sets of pages in each signature. The second, I do 3 signatures, so the second signature doesn't have any book pages in it. So there's 3 of these in the first signature and 3 in the second, and then all of the flaps are in the back half of the signature. But you can fold it this way, so the flap would be on this side, as long as you still put, this is the center of the signature. So I don't have to put pages in between there. I'm going to put an envelope in there. But that really works, having the having that right in the middle, because it goes across 2 pages. So anyway, you can put your flap in the front if you'd like to. So I'm going to do that with this one. It doesn't, like I said, it's the center signature, so I'm just going to put it like that. Let me show you on a different page. Now these pages stick out a little bit. I can trim that, or I can add some lace to the edge and it will kind of cover that up. I think I'll trim that just a little bit. But I'll probably still add some lace. Let's go back to the first signature that I did. Again, these pages stick out a little bit, but that's fine. So this one, this is the first page, and it has the flap in the back. So for this one, I'm going to flip the flap over to the front side, and I will put the pages right back in there. I hope that makes sense to you. And then the third one has the flap on the back. Okay? So, if you have any questions, ask Gayle. Just kidding. You can ask me any questions, but this was Gayle's idea. Gayle Agostinelli. I will link her channel below. And thanks for sharing that idea with all of us, Gayle. I appreciate it. So that's how I've been doing all my golden books that I do. Now, this book is a wonder book, so it is set up different from the golden books. The spine is different. It's attached in differently. I'm not sure the count of pages. It's pretty similar, but 2 of the pages are loose. When you take the book apart, 2 of the pages are not connected. It's like maybe the front and the back page, instead of being connected to each other. I don't remember which pages they were. They're just kind of folded over a little bit on the edge. So they're loose. When you take the pages apart, they're not connected to another page. So I had to just attach them together. And actually, I know which ones they are. They ended up in the center signature because I had to put them together. They went together. So it must have been the last page of the first signature and the first page of the second signature were not connected to anything. So I connected them together with just a strip of paper. And I put them in the second signature. Okay, so if that's too confusing, maybe the next time I do a Wonder book, I'll do a process through the whole thing, because that is a little bit different than the Golden books. I'm going to stop the video here and we'll see what I'm going to be up to next. Actually, let me show you what I've done so far in the books. Besides prepping those Golden book pages, I also did the signature, the cover signature for all 6 signatures in both books. These are going to have a lot of elements that are in the first Raggedy Ann books that I made, that I just did, but they won't be the same. The books will be different because the Golden books are constructed differently and you put all the pages in and everything. But some of the elements are going to be the same. So the signature covers are pretty much the same. It has the large page as a pocket with a little bit of lace decoration, and then a tag with a button tucked inside. So all 3 signatures in each book have that. And then on the back, it's just a decorative page. There's another large picture with some felt pieces glued on. And then on the inside, it's some of my tablet pieces for writing on and little illustrations. So that's all I've done with the first page of each signature, and then prep the book pages. So this one sticks out a little more than I like, so I'll probably trim that off. But there's that one. These are actually from the books. This is from the really old one, Raggedy Ann and the Wishing Pebble. And this is also from Raggedy Ann and the Wishing Pebble. She's got the pebble in her hand, but I made a copy of the page. This is from the old design shop. This is from the book. I think I'm using more book pages, more pictures from the actual book pages in these books, because it's not the design team project, because that's already done, and I have a lot of illustrations that I want to use, because after these 2 I'm not making any more Raggedy Ann books. I don't want to keep repeating the same themes, so I have too many other things to make. Basically, I wanted to make a Raggedy Ann journal for myself, and I had so much stuff that excuse me, I'm making several to sell too, which is great. I like sharing, and you all are really enthusiastic about these Raggedy Ann books, so that's fun. I like it when I make things people are enthusiastic about. Sorry. I fussy cut this from one of the books. So cute. This one just has a little piece of doily on it. This is actually upside down. Should have been this way, but I already sewed the tab on there. This is a little piece from the hem of a little doll dress. I'm so sorry. I bought it at a flea market in a bag full of fabrics and stuff. There was a little felt rag doll, and the dress was the dress was coming apart, and I didn't want to throw away this embroidery, so I cut the embroidered band off of the dress. So there's a tab. It's made from a little handmade ragdoll dress. The doll, I think I said she was made out of felt. Okay, so that's where we are now. Now I just have to figure out what's next, and maybe I'll be back with a video. We'll see. Bye-bye.